Ielts Classic Listening Comprehensive Test 2. Instructions. 1. You will listen to an audio recording of all sections of this test and answer questions on what you hear. 2. You will have some time to look at the questions before listening to the audio recording of that section or subsection. 3. The audio will start playing immediately after familiarizing yourself with section questions. 4. You will be answering questions as you listen to the audio because it will be played only once. 5. Immediately after the audio recording for all sections, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Section 1. You will hear customer care follow up a conversation between the customer care manager at the Mwembe Tayari Cafe and two customers who visited the cafe the previous week. First, you will have 15 seconds to look at questions 1 to 5. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Hello, Mariam. Please come in. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Hi, Yusuf. How are you?
Not too bad.
That's great. Now, as I said on the phone yesterday, my name is Titus Muti. I'm the customer care manager here at the Mwembe Tayari Cafe. I wish to collect feedback on the new menu, the decor, the service, and other customer-related opinions from both of you. You both visited the cafe last week, and it would be helpful if you could answer a few questions about your experiences, so that we can make any necessary improvements.
Yes, that's fine. I'm happy to participate.
Let's start with you, Mariam, if that's all right. You came to the cafe last Sunday in the evening time. What was your impression of the cafe?
Well, I noticed that it was very busy on that day. There were so many people when I arrived at 4:30 p.m.
Yes, it was very busy that day, wasn't it? Did you order from the dinner menu?
No, I wasn't very hungry, so I ordered from the snack menu.
What did you think of the snack menu?
Well, the choice was good. The serving of the food was so much delayed. By the time it was brought, I was very hungry, and I wished I had ordered from the supper menu after all. The service was very slow.
Sorry about that. What did you order?
I ordered cocktail juice with chocolate cake on vanilla icing.
Good choice.
Well, it was enjoyable, but the waiter brought a broken chocolate cake with lemon icing, which was not my initial choice.
Ah, that's a pity. I'm very sorry about that.
Never mind.
Do you have any suggestion in mind?
Yes, I'd suggest you hire more waiters. There was only one poor waiter serving everybody, so it wasn't his fault the service was slow.
Oh yes, I remember now. We only had one waiter on duty that Sunday evening. We weren't expecting so many customers.
Apart from that though, I did enjoy my visit.
We will try to hire more waiters and consider busy periods and seasons. Thanks, Mariam. That was useful feedback.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, take 15 seconds to look at questions 6 to 10. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Yusuf, thanks for waiting. Can you remember what you ordered?
There were so many choices, but I remember rice with beef stew, potatoes with fish and rice with fish. All looked delicious, but I ordered the latter from the dinner menu.
Right. And did you enjoy your meal?
Well, I was looking forward to it, but unfortunately there was no more fish by the time I ordered.
Oh dear. Did you identify an alternative?
Yeah, I had the meat pie. It was tasty. I enjoyed it. So, I didn't mind about my previous order.
Right, that's good to hear. Did you have any dessert?
Yes, I had the chocolate cake.
Great. Was it good?
Yeah, it was, but it was too rich so I couldn't finish it all.
Did you have any interest in drinks?
Though I have never been an admirer of cold drinks, I noted several interesting options. However, the availability of hot drinks overwhelmed my decision.
It is nice to hear you enjoyed that too.
So far, apart from noticing customer surge for the day, I felt the eating environment was appropriate and well fit for the purpose.
Okay. How do you think we can improve the cafe for the better?
Well, it would be nice to offer Wi-Fi access for customers who might wish to stay online with their daily networking activities as they enjoy the cafe services.
Well, I'm sure we can offer that in the future. We have had a productive customer follow-up session. Welcome for a drink of your choice and feel free to come back again next time.
I am delighted by your welcome and consideration of our opinions.
Me too.
Thank you both.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers for questions 1 to 10. Section 2. You will hear a customer care service of Glovinets Referral Hospital talking to a group of experts who were visiting the hospital. First, you will have 15 seconds to look at questions 11 to 16. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Glovinets Referral Hospital. To our esteemed guests, welcome to Glovinets Referral Hospital, a world-class patient-centered specialized care hospital. Our vision is to increase healthcare quality coverage among our community and beyond. I would like to take you through the navigation plan, so you understand how to access various departments. Please follow my description as you look at the navigation plan handed over to you earlier on. To enter our hospital, you will need to use the main gate on the left side of our perimeter wall. Once you enter this hospital, please go straight to the reception desk, just direct from the entrance, and sign in with the help of the receptionist. You'll also be able to wait for the doctors here. We have comfortable seats on both sides of the desk. If you need the toilets, they are situated just to the left immediately before the cloakroom, which is at the far end on the left of the main entrance. If you have a large bag or a coat, which you may want to leave, or any items which are not allowed in the hospital, you will have to leave them there before the doctor's appointment. The radiology unit and laboratory are situated just to the right, starting with the ladder. Both units have a lovely view of the town. Just behind the reception, there are two significant departments, namely the rehabilitation department, and the other is finance department, which is on the left side.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, take 15 seconds to look at questions 17 to 20. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can easily navigate through the hospital with confidence. I now wish to briefly tell you about the hospital. GloviNets Referral Hospital, GRH, is a private national teaching and referral hospital offering outpatient, inpatient, and specialized healthcare services. It is located along Old Konglandu Road in Machakos County, Kenya. The hospital serves residents of 47 counties in Kenya, parts of eastern Uganda, Somalia, South Sudan, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. GRH started in 2019, with a bed capacity of 85 to cater for the health needs of the community. The hospital's current bed capacity is 400 specialized beds with an average number of 350 inpatients at any time and 1,200 outpatients per day. GRH has forged strategic partnerships and alliances with the Ministry of Health and development partners including Indiana University and Duke, USA, University of Toronto, Canada, Suez Canal University, Egypt. The partnerships have resulted in the Centers of Excellence. It is a complete hospital that addresses all the childhood diseases with its own surgical units, ICU, maternity, neurology, ENT, and oncology units among other services. Geriatric care has not been left behind either. We have a team of dedicated professionals to offer services to the community. These services are provided by a well-trained, dedicated, and skilled workforce. The institution aspires to grow across counties and preach the gospel of health for wealth in our country. This motto is well achievable through the strategic plans in place.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers for questions 11 to 20. Section 3. You will hear a conversation between two students who are discussing the history of chocolate as part of a school assignment. First, you will have 15 seconds to look at questions 21 to 24. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays. The history of chocolate.
Hi Mary. Have you finished your presentation yet?
Hi John. Yes, I am nearly done with my preparations.
Oh, well done. What subject did you choose?
Well, I searched for a topic for ages but finally decided on the history of chocolate.
Really? Chocolate?
Yes, chocolate. It has a marvelous story.
Sounds charming.
Actually, it's not as uninteresting as you might think.
Maybe. What do you have to say about chocolate?
The Mayans of Central America are believed to be the first to have discovered cocoa, as early as 900 AD.
I didn't know that. Then what happened? What did they use cocoa beans for?
These cocoa beans that were used to make the liquid chocolate were largely used as a barter currency for the exchange of food and clothes.
Amazing to know they used that as we use the current dollar or any approved territorial currency.
Available data indicate that they also used cocoa beans for making chocolate-flavored drinks that were usually reserved for the nobility and warriors.
Why so? Especially for warriors?
Aztec ruler Montezuma II, who supposedly drank gallons of chocolate each day for energy and as an aphrodisiac, also reserved some of his cocoa bean drinks for his military as a stimulant.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, take 15 seconds to look at questions 25 to 30. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Was that chocolate like the one we know today?
The first chocolate that was prepared by the Mayans was very different from the chocolate we know today. It was a liquid made from crushed cocoa beans, chili peppers, and water with no sugar in it because sugar never existed in Central America then.
Hang on. Are you planning to tell me about the entire history from A to Z?
Well, if you don't mind listening, it would be good practice for me. I always get nervous about presentations and my tutor said I should practice with a friend beforehand.
Okay, fine. Go on then. I'll listen to your presentation. So, tell me, what was the origin of the word chocolate?
It is a Mayan word that meant bitter. They however called it food for the gods. In fact, some Mayan artifacts that exist show king and Mayan gods drinking chocolate.
So, was it only important or highly ranked Mayans who could enjoy cocoa?
Not at all. To them, social status was not a factor that influenced the drinking of chocolate.
I'm surprised it was popular despite its bitter taste.
Well, cocoa was highly valued for its healing and medicinal properties as well.
I see.
And cocoa quickly became the force of the Aztec economy. The demand for the cocoa bean created a huge network of trade routes throughout the region. When the Mayans became the colony of Aztecs, payment of tax was in form of cocoa beans.
What did the Aztecs use cocoa beans for? Did they trade with them? Cook with them?
Well, cocoa beans were very valuable in many ways.
Was there any venture to nurture cocoa trees as plantations for cash cropping?
Yes, of course. Chocolate mania spread throughout Europe, leading to the high demand that gave rise to cocoa plantations where thousands of slaves worked.
How did this simple plant become a contributor to the world economy?
The popularity of the cocoa beans increased the interest of major world economies, leading to different forms of value addition that attracted industrialization, innovation into finished products. That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers for questions 21 to 30. Section 4. You will hear a talk on the topic of the history of vegetarianism first. You will have 15 seconds to look at questions 31 to 35. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
Historical vegetarianism. Vegetarianism is the practice of following a plant-based diet, without the inclusion of dairy and eggs, especially for moral, religious, or health reasons. In Western culture, vegetarianism can be traced back to ancient Greece. Pythagoras, a mathematician, advocated for vegetarianism. A meat-free diet was commonly referred to as the Pythagorean diet, until the term vegetarian became popular during the 1800s. Reverend Sylvester Graham, a nutritionist, and the inventor of the graham cracker, formed the American Vegetarian Society in 1850. This society advocated vegetable eating and avoided white flour to promote health and cure alcohol dependence and lust. The Seventh Day preached and practiced plant eating as the most ethical, spiritual, and healthy diet in the late 1800s. They believe God intended humans to be agents of the creatures of the earth and not consumers of them. Other tribes which advocated for vegetarianism as an extension of their belief in practicing nonviolence include Hindus, Rastafarians, and Buddhists. The U.S. government advocated meatless Tuesdays to conserve meat for the troops during World War I.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, take 15 seconds to look at questions 36 to 40. Listen carefully and answer the questions as the audio plays.
farmers began turning to grain and soy, rather than pasture grasses, to feed their animals due to the little grassland left to support expanding livestock herds. The demand for meat to increase was caused by post-war in the 1950s. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, was formed in 1980 to advocate for a macrobiotic diet and an end to using animals for testing, entertainment, or clothing. PETA stands to be one of the largest animal rights organizations in the world. Animal numbers on concentrated animal feeding operations, CAFOs, increased by 88% between the period 1982 and 1997, which lowered U.S. prices and increased consumption meat products. The endorsement of a vegetarian diet was conducted on October 18, 1987, by the American Dietetic Association, ADA. They stated that appropriately planned vegetarian diets are healthful and provide health benefits in the prevention and treatment of certain diseases, which may require adequate medical treatment.
That is the end of test audio recordings. You now have half a minute to check your answers for questions 31 to 40. Then have 10 minutes to transfer all your answers to the answer sheet. Thank you for trusting Glovinets for your learning needs. This audio was designed and presented by the information technology experts of CLARION Technology. CLARION Technology offers services including website design, e-learning content, voiceover, animations, e-commerce solutions, mobile apps, hospital management software designs, and many exciting IT solutions. For more information, contact us on www.clarionwebmasters.com or email us on info@clarionwebmasters.com.